in this video, I will share with you that if you really want to make a career in generative AI or AI space, what exactly you have to do? What is the roadmap ahead? Okay. So first of all, why you should listen to me? Do I have the right authority or right? I'm the right person to tell you that this is good for you or not. Okay. So first of all, I'm not just a teacher. I'm a working professional where I'm doing the right project on the ground level. So I understand this industry pretty well. And I myself have done the switch after spending 12 years in Java background and coming to generative AI. Okay. So I believe I'm the right person. I can guide you. I can help you. So my friend, if you really want to understand the complete roadmap, even you have a working experience and you have a lot of dilemma, I totally understand, but you really want to make a switch or you really want to build a career in this space, then what is the correct roadmap? Okay, so that's what I will highly request you, please watch this video till the end, don't skip it, because I'm going to share my roadmap, my journey, that how after 12 years in Java background, how I did a switch, what was my plan, what was my strategy, and how I did a preparation, and what did I made a mistake. I made a lot of mistake initially, so that you can avoid those mistakes. Okay, so let's get started and let's understand my journey, the complete roadmap. If you guys also planning to make a career in generative AI or in the data science aspect, let's start the roadmap. So this was my roadmap, what exactly you have to do. Uh, and I'm talking especially here with respect to generative AI. Okay, with respect to generative AI. Okay, so this is the roadmap I'm sharing with you. So what you have to do, okay, so if I talk about generative AI, okay, so the generative AI space start with the, let me do the technical background. It start with a transformer. It is called transformer. Okay, if you haven't heard about transformer, then no problem. So it's a technical, it's an architecture which give the birth of LLM. Okay, all the LLM like ChatGPT, like OpenAI, like cloud, everything is based on the transformer. So if you really want to understand or want to learn anything about generative AI, you can start with a transformer. Okay, and after the transformer, there are two. Okay, in the generative AI space, I have seen that in project there are 2 to 3 use cases. Okay, so first, suppose you learn transformer, and then you have to do fine tuning. It is called fine tuning the model. This is one of the use case in generative AI space. Okay, and second, I have seen the prompt engineering. This is a part of generative AI, prompt engineering. You should know how to write a prompt. And third use case I have seen by like building the RAG application. Okay, it is called retrieval argument generation. Okay, it's a RAG application. Okay, and fourth use case I have seen the agentic. I mean, you can build some agentic AI. Okay, and going forward, according to me, if you ask, then what is the future of generative AI space? So going forward, there are lot of work is happening in this as well, especially in the generative, in the RAG, and in the space of RAG, in the space of agentic AI. Okay, and there's a couple of use cases where we combine both. I mean, you can combine RAG and you can combine agentic AI. Okay, there are a couple of use cases where you can apply both the cases. Okay, and apart from that, in additional, you need a cloud knowledge or LLM oops knowledge. Okay, or DevOps knowledge. Okay, the cloud is also very important. Okay, this is a very important concept. So from here it start the all the concepts from transformer. Okay, so this is the area of generative AI. Okay, but and I personally started with a transformer. This is what I did. Okay, I personally started with a transformer. I learned this everything like fine tuning, prompt, RAG, agentic, and I did a lot of cloud. Already had the cloud knowledge, and I built a lot of projects here. Okay, but I will suggest you. This is what I teach all my students. Okay, uh, you can start with a transformer. There's no problem, but the problem is that it will not help you to build all the context. And because of lack of context, this is I have seen with a lot of my friends and a lot of my students, if we have no proper context, okay, then sometimes it becomes the bottleneck, and sometimes because of lack of context you will not able to crack the interview. I have seen that a lot of people, they just know the theory, just they do the courses from here and there, and when they start giving interview, they are not able to crack interview because they have no full context. Okay, so I will suggest you start your journey. Though one thing I want to tell you that in interview perspective, if you really want to crack a generative AI interview, you're more than 80%. I would say more than 80%. More than 80% question will be asked. Okay, I'm giving you guarantee because I have seen the interview. I've given a lot of interviews. So more than 80% question will be asked from this field, from especially from the RAG. Okay, more than 80% question they will ask from prompt, this RAG application, agentic, prompt, and fine-tuning transformer. So these are the main core pillars, main area where majority of the question will be asked from here. And even some they can ask from the cloud or deployment strategy or how to observe the model in production. So in the interview, the interviewer expect you that you should know everything starting from the development, okay, until production. So how to, what are the strategy, what are the pipeline to build the model, deploy the model until production? If your model is going into production, then how to observe them, how to do the evolution of the model, how to do the performance tuning. This all thing is expected. If you're showing that, suppose you're showing that you have 4 to 5 years of experience in generative AI, then these things you have to show that. Okay, but here I want to add here, though your 80% question for the interview cracking purpose, you should master this whole whatever the stack I'm talking about, because more than 80% question will be asked from here only. But if you really want to build a right context, which I was talking about, okay, I will suggest you just go back. You start with the you have to build some foundation. Okay, so these are the foundation I'm talking about, which I prefer to start with the foundation first. Okay, so foundation is like this. You should have a Python knowledge. I believe if you already are a developer, you have a development background, then you might knowing some language. It can be Java, C++, any language. So Python is in the data science field, in the generative AI space, Python is the leader. You have to be good at Python. Okay, and then after Python, you need some couple of library like Panda. If you really want to make it into machine learning or deep learning, then Panda, NumPy, and some stats knowledge, okay, and some deep learning knowledge, okay, and then ML knowledge. So deep learning knowledge is very important. If you really want to make it into generative AI, then your deep learning concept is very important, because all the transformer models, they are basically a deep learning model behind the scene. So that's why I give a lot of stress on the deep learning, because if you understand deep learning pretty well, then your context, because important thing is a context, okay, so your context will be very broader and it will be very easy to crack interview. And apart from that, obviously NLP, you have to learn NLP, because this whole thing, generative AI is especially a NLP area. Okay, you have to learn NLP. Okay, so that's what I start. This is my roadmap and this is what I did. Okay, initially I started with a transformer, but I failed that my context is not broad. I'm missing something. I was not able to crack interview because of lack of context. Okay, though I understand this whole thing, I did some project also, but initially in initially round I was not able to crack interview. Then I built my foundation. I did everything. Okay, and that's what I suggest a student, and even for my community people, I start with the foundation first. Okay, apart from that, this is one part. Okay, this is the only the content. Suppose your content is now 100% clear. You know, under you know, this all basic concept. I am assuming that you got all the basic concept. Okay, but this is not enough. This is not enough to crack interview and even for doing the job. Okay, I have seen that a lot of people, they know everything. I mean, theoretically, they have done good work, they have done the courses, but still they are not able to crack interview. Okay, why? Because of this. So what next you have to do in the phase number 2, you have to change your resume. Okay, this is what my dilemma. When I, because I had around 12 years of experience in Java background, then my dilemma was that how I will prove that I have done some project in generative AI space. So you have to update your resume. You have to showcase in your current profile that you already are doing some generative AI related project. You're already doing that. Okay, and in the current project, let's suppose you're working, suppose you're working in the banking project. Suppose you're a Java developer and you have a background of banking project or insurance project or suppose telecom project, depending upon your domain, whatever domain you're working right now. Okay, so you have to showcase that. Suppose you're working in the banking project, so you have to showcase in a current profile, in a current client, in a current job, you're already doing some Gen AI project and you're solving a business problem related to banking domain. Okay, so that's what you have to showcase in your resume. If you don't showcase this experience level, you will not get interview call. This is and maybe your resume will not shortlisted by recruiter. You will not get calls. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, and after that, let's suppose you build the resume, you would have done that. Okay, and this is very, very important. If you really want to crack interview, whatever project, okay, whatever project you are showing into your resume, you have to really work on it. It should be a real experience. Whatever project you are showcasing in your resume, you have to really work on those projects. Okay, so in my case, I have shown that I'm saying my experience, I had shown that I'm working in an insurance domain because my client was insurance in my Java background. So I showed 4 projects. Okay, in insurance sector, I showed in my profile 4 projects related to generative AI. Like for example, it was like of claim processing. I had showed how to do claim processing with generative AI. Some I had shown some automation project, like how to do automation with the claim processing, and I had shown the fine tuning project. Okay, I had built a project like I had a claim data, I had some medical data, and how did I fine tune on a BERT model. So similarly, according to my domain, okay, and this everything which I was showcasing, I have done on the ground. It is not like just I'm just copy pasting from somewhere. It is not like that. Whatever I showcase in the resume, I have done the project. Okay, if you have done the project in your resume, whatever you're showcasing, if somebody asks you any question from this project, and expect that in interview they will ask question, they will ask question from this topic, whatever project you are showcasing in your resume, there's a 100% guarantee, I'm saying you, they will ask question, and you should be in position to answer everything about your project which you are putting in your resume. Only then they will you will be in the confidence of a recruiter that you have a real experience. Otherwise, you just have a basic knowledge of RAG, whatever, and if you're not able to justify, you're not able to I would say impress the technical recruiter with your skill set, with your project, it is very difficult, and the chance is you will not shortlisted. And this is the problem with majority of people. I have seen majority of people, they have spent lakh of rupees on the certification courses. They have a knowledge, but they don't have a practical knowledge. They don't have a project level knowledge. That is a problem. Okay. And after that, if you have done that, I also suggest you, okay, think from the production. Think from the production product. This is the expectation. And here, because of this, because of the lack of this mindset, a lot of people I have seen in my friend circle, a lot of people are not able to crack interview. Okay, it is not like that you just build the project and did it local. You have to really deploy it. You should know the deployment pipeline, how to deploy, how to scale this application, how to observe the model, how to do the performance tuning, okay, how to do the evolution of the model in the production. You have to go till production. So maybe here your one cloud knowledge is essential. Okay, so you should know how end to end start from development. This is very important. I'm adding start from development to production. You should know this journey pretty well. Okay, so if you have this all context, let me summarize what I cover. Okay, so what you have to do, this is the summary what I cover right now. Okay, the summary is, first of all, in phase number one, you have to build your content. If I say the content, I mean the basic concepts, which everybody does. Okay, basic concepts. So basic concepts like what about I talk about like NLP, like deep learning, like transformer, like fine tuning, like RAG, like agentic, everything. I'm talking about that. Okay, so once you have a basic concept ready, you are very confident that I know the concept. Second thing is change your resume, update your resume, because nobody is going to give you a job as a fresher, trust me. Okay, and in the resume, whatever project, you have to add some project in the resume. Okay, and this project should belongs to your current domain. You have to justify that in your current project, in your current client, you are doing this project. Okay, and whatever project you are showcasing in the resume, get the real experience, get the real experience of project. Now you might be thinking how I can get this real project experience, and this is the problem with many people. They are very good at the first level, they have the basic concepts, they also change the profile. Some it is very on the chat GPT you can go and you can build a new profile, nothing rocket science. But here the problem is building the real time experience. You have to do the real, I mean, you have to feel it, you have to on the ground level all the project. Only then you will be build confidence and your context. Why I'm saying that, if you do this, if you do this part, your context will be very wider and you will feel very confident. And because of that, if I did part number 3, because of that I was very confident and I was able to answer all the questions. Okay, and number 4, if you have done this, also I will suggest you broad mindset, build a production mindset, not only development. Okay, you have to build a production mindset. Production mindset means you have to know some tools, deployment. You should know the deployment technique, how to deploy model, AI model, generative AI model on the production, how to observe it, how to monitor it. There's some monitoring tool like MLOps. There are a lot of tools are there. So if we go through this process, this whole process, your basic concepts, resume changing, project addition, and real hands-on on the project on resume what you're showcasing, it will build the context and build a production mindset, LLM oops mindset. If you have this everything in your portfolio, this everything, then my friend, nobody can stop you from cracking the interview. This is my guarantee. You will crack interview, and not only crack interview, you will sustain. This is very important, I'm telling you. You will sustain in job. This is not only to crack interview, right? If you're getting a job, you have to deliver. So how you will deliver in the job? And if you're getting a job, you are not a fresher. Just make my point. You are not a fresher. You are showcasing some experience. This is only possible if you have this whole everything, you have done the ground level work. Okay, and this was my roadmap. This is how I built. It took me this for everything. It took me around 6 to 7 months. Okay, it took me around 6 to 7 months to do it. So it is not a shortcut, trust me.